Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Recently, we've obviously seen a lot of weapon changes and weapon tuning go live in Warzone, which has sort of reorganized the very top of the meta, the best of the best. So today, I wanted to go back through and rank our current top 10 best weapons in the game right now. As we go through it all, if you enjoy the video at any point, let me know by dropping a like on it. It would be seriously appreciated. It does really help grow the channel. And if you are new to the channel, or if you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to hit that sub button, turn on those post notifications, because every single day I got you covered with the latest news, updates, loadouts, tips, everything going on. You'll find it right here. Also, quick reminder, right now my G Fuel discount code WhosImmortal is boosted to get you 30% off your entire orders. So if you want to grab anything at all from the G Fuel site, whether it be a new tub, a starter pack, a shaker cup, anything at all, code WhosImmortal has you covered. Link for that will be down in the description below. So first up, coming in at number 10, I've got the Blixen. And I know what you're already saying, Zach, the Blixen's a top SMG. How is it number 10? You're gonna see throughout the list here that the most versatile weapons in the game are gonna be towards the top of the list. And while the SMGs in this game are ridiculously dominant right now, the Blixen and the ones that are gonna follow this, obviously number 9, 8, 7, so on and so forth, they are just limited to close range. Whereas rifles, obviously, even some LMGs are a lot more mid-range and long range. They just have more versatility. So yes, the Blixen's insane, but it's only insane for like 30 meters, whereas a lot of other guns have a much broader range than that. That said, the Blixen, great control, great damage, great speed. It's all around a super solid SMG. And honestly, the nerfed meta loadout is still a top contender. We got the recoil booster on there, still running the F3 barrel, although if you want some better strafe speed, you could always go for the custom. These are going to be very similar. F3 feels a little bit more consistent, custom feels faster, so just go based off your preference there. We've also got the slate reflector on here, basic red dot, the remove stock for some better mobility, keeping you nice and fast and agile. Same deal with the skeletal under barrel here, more of the same. The 72 round Extendamag works just fine. It's just not going to be as consistent as 54, which despite the nerfs is still going to be consistent as well. Super easy to shoot. The mobility is kind of iffy compared to what it was before, but it's still a super fast sub. Subsonic to stay off the radar. We've got tape to help out with that mobility again. Perk 1, we're going to go for fleet for that faster weapon swap and better movement speed. And quick on there is going to give us that better sprint speed as well. So you got the mobility, you got the damage, you got the control, you got it all with the Blixen right now. Then at number 9, we've got the Marco, which is just like the Blixen, but a little bit better in various ways. The speed on this thing, spicy as can be. It flies, it fries, best of both worlds, right? Relatively easy to use, great TTK all around. I really do enjoy using the Marco right now. On here, we got the recoil booster. And before we move to the barrel, I gotta sneeze. For our barrel here, I'm loving the 240, but the better fire rate just gives you a really nice TTK. Makes it a little bit harder to use, but after you get past that and get used to it, up close, you're gonna fry everyone. We got the slate reflector. We also got the FR stock for better ADS, better initial firing control. Some super nice pros there. Skeletal stock will give us that better movement speed once more. I'm running the basic 64 round drums here, better control, better hip fire accuracy, which is a nice added bonus, but also just for that magazine capacity. Subsonic and taped on here yet again. Perk 1, we've got gung ho, so we can fireball sprinting, and then perk 2, quick per usual. No surprises on that one, but super fun SMG that has a lot of upsides. And then personally, what I think is the best SMG in the game right now, the Armaguerra. You might have seen this in previous videos this week because we've been talking about this thing a lot. It is solid, man. I mean, it has great mobility, super competitive TTK throughout, like all around. This thing is a beast of an SMG. On here, we got the recoil booster. We've got the 315 Bodhi barrel. That's my preferred setup. The short barrel build also works well for what it's worth, but to me, the better damage, the less fall off just makes it a lot more consistent all around. Again, we've got the slate reflector. We've got the skeletal stock, which is that better strafe speed build. Also helps out some with that initial control. Skeletal will help out with that ADS and that general movement speed. 9mm 60, plenty of ammo, still good mobility and relatively easy to control as well. Subsonic and taped, as always. You already saw that one coming, right? Perk 1, I've got hard scope. You could also run steady though if you want a slightly faster strafe speed as well, but hard scope for that better control. Can never go wrong with that. Then we also got quick on there as well to match that sprint speed and increase that a little bit more. Now at number 7, I've got the UGM8. This thing has sort of been in and out of the top meta. Obviously the burst build when it first dropped, insane. That got nerfed. Now the full auto build is very consistent. So MX silencer here, helping out with the range, helping out with the control, and obviously keeping us off the map. The 736 barrel. This is going to be like no recoil. It feels so easy to shoot. It's just slow. It's very heavy. It's an LMG though, so you already saw that coming. We already knew that was going to be the case. You just got to get past that, learn how to play with the slower build here. Obviously, you're going to have a sub on your class setups for rotations, so you're not running around at this thing. You're just engaging long range at this thing, and in those areas, it is nice. Why do I have a locked optic on here? This thing's max level. Anyways, on here, I am using the 3 to 6 times optic. Nice and ideal for some of that mid-range. For the stock here, I like anchor, also long range there for what it's worth. I like anchor though, better control during sustained fire. We just got to make sure not to cross that with any initial firing control. I've got the Carver foregrip on here, just helps out with the control, nice and consistent, mainly vertical. There doesn't really seem like there's a lot of horizontal bounce on this build in particular. For the magazine, you could go for the basic 100 round extended mag, or if you want something that's even more of a laser beam, the British 75, better control, better fire rate. You just have to reload a little bit more frequently, right? But that's not something you can't look past. We got lengthened on there. We also got hatched on there as well. Perk 1, gonna go for tight grip, more of that better control during sustained fire. You could also run something like Surveil though, which also helps out with velocity, and that could be really good for long range too. And then perk 2, we got fully loaded on there to maximize that ammo. On hand on LMGs just doesn't feel worth it. You're gonna have a slow ADS regardless. That's a minimal increase in a build like this. Now at number 6, I've got the Nikita. This thing for sniper support in that mid-range area is insane. You could also build an SMG variant if you wanted to, maybe even use it for a little bit of long range. And like on Rebirth and Fortune's Keep, this thing fries. You could also use it on Caldera as well. Just all around, the TTK, the initial damage range, everything about this is just so fun and so beneficial. If you know how to use it and you can master it, it's going to pay off. So here we got the MX silencer. We also got the 613 barrel, longest barrel in this case for that best control, range, and velocity. The 3 to 6 times scope, or the 2.5 times if you want more of a sniper support variant. I like using the folding stock on here, even though it is not really meant for control. If you want some better control, go for notch. That'll help out there. But this brings some nice mobility back into the setup. We got Carver foregrip for better control, the 60 round drums for better control, better ammo capacity as well, obviously. Lengthened and hatched on here yet again. Perk 1, I'm going to run Perfectionist for more recoil control. And then perk 2, again, I got fully loaded just to maximize that ammo. The DPM's not insane, but the TTK absolutely is. And for that reason, it's a top weapon. Now at number 5, I do got the NZ still. They nerfed the control on this thing. So long as you're not zoomed into like 6 times, it's still a laser beam. Like the 3 times optic on this thing, even the 2.5 times, still feels very minimal when it comes to control. It's better than a lot of the Cold War and MW variants, and it's right there with a lot of the Vanguard variants as well. Like, it's just super easy to use still, and because of that, despite the sort of mid-tier TTK, because you're going to land shots easily, it's still a very competitive weapon in my opinion. So same setup as we've been using for quite some time. We got the Orb Weaver 360, the MX silencer, the 3 to 6 times scope, as I just mentioned on there as well. For the stock, we're going for E-Pack. That'll help out some with that control, makes that nice and ideal. We got Strife Angle to basically just counteract that horizontal movement, makes it a lot more vertical based, so that's obviously way easier to control in general. We got the Sakura 50. The other magazine capacities are just not it. We've got lengthened on there yet again. You could go for hatched here for that better general control. I think that's the most ideal, but if you wanted something that really countered vertical a ton, rubber would be a good choice. Just sort of comes down to what you want to focus on more. A little bit of horizontal and a little bit of vertical, or a lot of vertical. And like I said, I think vertical is easy, so hatched is the more ideal choice. We got brace on here for that initial firing control, and then fully loaded to maximize that ammo once more. Now at number 4, what is this? The only non-Vanguard gun on this list today. Spoiler alert for the top 3. We've got the Vargo 52. Great range, great velocity, great control, all around. This is a very solid rifle. It obviously though is just limited because you don't have 10 attachments, so you can't make it no recoil while also having great mobility. You can't have all those pros, but the pros you can stack here are solid. And of course, it's the basic Cold War copy and paste setup. Grew suppressor, task force barrel, Spetsnaz grip, the 60 round mags, and of course the 3 times optic as always. No changes here, but this thing continues to be one of the best non-Vanguard guns in the game. Now at number 3, I've got the Cooper Carbine. Sniper support, it is dominant. You could even use this some for long range as well. It's got that versatility. It's super straightforward to use on console and PC. Minimal visual control, minimal, or visual recoil, I should say, minimal general recoil as well. One of the more basic weapons in the game, but it gets the job done. We got MX silencer on here, the Cooper custom barrel as well, the 3 to 6 times scope for the more well-rounded build. If you wanted more just of sniper support exclusively, go for 2.5 times. For the stock here, I'd also go for padded for that better control during sustained fire. Sniper support, I'd go for skeletal. This just makes it super easy for a general primary. I've also got the Carver foregrip on there for better control. Gonna run the 9mm60 still. I just don't really like the 45. Yeah, it's got a decent TTK, but 45 just runs out so fast, it seems like. So 9mm60 is solid. We got lengthened on there. We also got hatched on there. Perk 1, we're going to go for tight grip, more control during sustained fire, so that'll help out there, and stacks on top of padded. Then perk 2, we got fully loaded, or you can go for on hand if you wanted to. Here it's a little bit more snappy because this is a rifle, but laser beam of a setup with a very solid TTK. Now number 2, I've got the AS44. This is a little bit harder to use than the Cooper, but it's got more of a reward. The TTK you can get with this thing when you are accurate is the best in the game. Whether you're in mid-range, whether you're in early long range, even late close range, that area there of like 20 to maybe 60, 65 meters, nothing's beating this thing if you're accurate, right? Like, it is just so insane. So here we're going for the MX silencer. We got the 615 barrel as well to help out with some of that control. We got the 3 to 6 times scope yet again. We're gonna go for the custom stock, which is better control during sustained fire. Carver foregrip helps out with the control once more. We got the 50 round mag. DPM is kind of meh, but if you're accurate, the TTK is worth it. We also have the lengthened ammo on there for the better velocity per usual. We've got hatched, better control in general. Perk 1, we're gonna go for disable. This helps out more with the velocity secretly because it's not on the menu. And then perk 2, we got fully loaded. You do burn through ammo with this thing, so you definitely want to make sure you don't have to worry about running out at any given point. And then to round things out at number 1, I've got the KGM40. Decent TTK, but it is so laser accurate that the realistic TTK is one of the best in the game. Mid-range, long range, this thing fries. You can be on 3 times zoom, 6 times zoom, 2.5 times zoom. Does not matter. It is so easy to use, reliable on all platforms, decent mobility for a rifle setup all around. I love this thing. It's so much fun to use. We got the MX silencer on here, the shrouded barrel for better control and better velocity, the 3 to 6 times scope to help out obviously with those visual clarity over long range. For the stock here, I'm going for padded, just better recoil control all around. For the underbarrel, I've got skeletal to help out with the ADS. The ADS is more LMG-like on this gun than other rifles, and the control's so easy, you don't really have to worry about using something like Strife Angle or Carver or anything like that. We got the Clouser 60, just your standard extended mag, lengthened for the better velocity yet again. Honestly, I've been using taped on here to help out with some movement, and also like the faster weapon swap. I love the quick swap to an SMG, and the recoil is still super easy, so you can get away with using that, or you can go for something like rubber or hatched as always if you wanted to, but try this out, see how you like it. I've been loving it recently. We got tight grip on there for better control. Then perk 2 obviously going to be fully loaded, or on hand if you wanted that as well. Either or work just fine. But that being said, those are the new top 10 best weapons in Warzone right now, in my opinion. That's going to wrap things up. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you found it helpful. If you did either, let me know by dropping a like on it. And if you are new to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications. We are on the road to 1 million subscribers. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy. Have an awesome rest of your day. And I will catch you guys later. Peace out.